Bloody hell, it's hot in there. Whew. Hello, everyone. How are we all? Hi. It's just me, I'm afraid, because, well, we were actually going to put up a notice saying no 6 o'clock wine, but I felt really bad about it. So I said to Naz, go on, you go and crash, and I'll mend the fort. So here I am. It's just me, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. Thank you, Sharon Fuller. How are you? What's up, Duck? Sorry I missed the live, Tim Reed. Don't worry. What, the members live, you can always go back and watch it. You can hear all about our gig last night. Oh my God, what a night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what an... I'll tell you one thing, right? This is between me and you. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Shh, shh. Can you tell Nadia and Maddie that she needs me as backing vocals? I tried to get on stage last night. She wouldn't let me. She wouldn't let me. Sharon Fuller, I'm so exhausted. I can't tell you. Terrible night's sleep. All the stress of yesterday. Oh, lots of work this morning. It's just been ridiculous. Hi Mark, been ages since I caught a live WHINE o'clock Sabrina Nail. Yeah, and I'm really sorry it's just me. I'm sorry it's just me. But you know what? Sometimes when Nadia's a bit tired, she's a bit boring anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. How are you feeling? Oh heck, Salsa Trish. Evening, Emma Carter. Hope you're well, Emma. Hope you're feeling a bit better, darling. Claire LC, don't really blame her. Absolutely. Butterfly Bell. Butterfly Bell. Last time I heard your sort of name, Butterflies, was last night in a song. Kim Lakides, hello. Donna Leifels, hi, you made a live. You made a live. You just made a live with me, I'm afraid. Sorry. Early night, best Nad's snoring. Best Nad's snoring. Best early night, beat Nad's snoring. I think I understand, Joe. I know what you're driving at there. What was that? It's coffee time for me in Washington State. Oh, don't tell anyone. In fact, Nadia made it for me. She said, Mark, I want to go live, but I'm going to have to keel over. I said, keel over, it's fine. Later, I'll go upstairs with a feather and tickle her feet. That's what I'm going to do. Julie Hart, I'm ironing. Been watching the Mark compilations. They are so funny, aren't they? They really are so funny. Carol Naismith, hello. How are you, darling? Say hello to Ken. I hope you're feeling good and everything's okay. Hello, when will Norfolk vlog start, Mark? Right, well, a new vlog will be landing tomorrow. A Green-Fingered Hell will be landing over the weekend. Obviously, we've had so many, because there's that lag, there's a strange situation crept in where, you know, vlogging and putting up the vlogs has taken a bit of a delay. So apologies on that, but they will be coming. They come, and when they land, they're always special, aren't they? They're always special. Pray for Greece, major fires. I know, I'm in Greece, Turkey. It's so hot down there, and all I keep reading in the papers here is how joyful it's going to be when this extraordinary heat lands here, when in fact, actually, it's a sign of Armageddon and the end of the world, and everyone's just going on about sunbathing. Drives me nuts. Is there anyone else? That's not very nice. Oh, Dawny Harvey. Today would have been Mum's 80th. Been out for lunch with her husband. Oh, that's nice. Time for a rhyme. Hey, Mark, I'm having a bit of a rubbish time. Whole family apart from me have COVID and massive row today. Sorry, it's gone off the side of my screen. That's bizarre. I've never seen it do that before. Oh, sorry, sweetie. I started reading that as if it was going to be a rhyme. So sorry. Emma Carter, dreading the heat. I'm dreading the heat. I'm dreading the heat landing. And all I keep reading is headlines saying meteorologists and weather forecasters can tell you at which point, at what hour, on what minute this weather's going to land. And yet every single day I go to the Apple weather app and it's inaccurate. Someone explain to me how they can predict with such certainty something they can't predict in the next hour. Can someone say that? It's raining where Sally O'Sullivan is. Bev Hartnell agrees. I miss you too, Jacqueline Frost. Hope you're well. MT. Boom, 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 sun. Yes or no? Say yes if you're excited about the sun. Say no if you're not. Say yes if you're excited about the sun in this country. Say no if you're not. Say yes if you see it just as a really nice indulgence that's just another hot year in amongst lots of shitty years, or no, it's the end of the planet. Anne Murray, yes. Oh, Shay Holly, yes. Ruth Blandford, yes. Nothing wrong with feeling that, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying if you say no, you want the planet to slide into oblivion. No, it's quite a few no's. It's pouring down in Hounslow. It often is, isn't it? Whenever I drive through Hounslow, it's raining. It's weird. Mars Kid Gaming, 1:30 in Perth, Western Australia. Cannot sleep. I seem to remember that's not Mars. You're not a gamer, are you? Aren't you a gamer's mum? I think so. I think so. Is that right? Does anyone else like the film Cable Guy? I think Jim Carrey in it is so menacing and funny. Isn't that right, Stephen? I love the heat, says Good Thinking TV. I love the heat when I've created it, if you know what I mean. Lure, where's Lure? I'm coming to you, Lure. Tra-la-la, did it feel almost normal going to the gig? It did. It did feel almost normal going to the gig. Thank you for asking, tra-la-la. Just 1 second. Oh, it's like drinking the contents of an ashtray with water poured in it, swilling it around and then drinking it. Ugh, that's strange. I ordered 6 drinks last night, all of them Diet Coke, and there was something different about each one of them. Raining in Uxbridge too. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It's often raining in Uxbridge. It was a lovely evening. For those of you who don't know, Maddie did a gig last night, and it was like, for me, it was like let's use the analogy that being in COVID was like being in a really horrible womb. And then we were given birth to, and as we came out of the birth canal, we came out into this weird world where we're like, oh, we're kind of free again. It was a bit like that. So it was more pleasurable than that analogy. It was lovely seeing a bunch of people together in one space, all having a good time and forgetting what we've been through. The venue was lovely. The music was fantastic. The band was great. The vibe was great. It was really lovely. Raining in Brighton. It's raining here. It's raining on my heart. Don't know what song that is. Finally made alive. Steph Whelan. I watch all your videos and currently catching up on the Sunday shows up to episode 72. Loved them. Wow. You've got 8 more to catch up on, I believe. 81 coming this weekend. In that little home stretch towards 100. And then they're stopping forever. Yeah. I mean, it has to be done at some point, doesn't it? I mean, Teddy's going to run out of stories, isn't he? Yeah, just like that. Off a cliff. Done. Done. Richard Kavanagh. Hi, Mark. I graduated from my biomedical science course. Kind regards, Richard. Is that a shark? But well done, Richard Kavanagh. Well done. Sally Sullivan. I'm only joking. Isabel Kelly, yes, she was. Thank you, Francois Camanzuli. Oh, no, Angie Knowles, I'm joking. The Sunday shows aren't going. Really, no, I'm joking. We, the subs, have just been choosing our favourite vlogs. Mine is Curtain Poll. Great to remember all the fabulous vlogs you have done for us. Thank you for your hard work. That's an absolute pleasure. And thank you for those of you who check in and recognise that we do little funny bits with the music and with the kind of replays and the editing and all that kind of stuff. It's not just chucking it on there, you know what I'm saying? What's up with Agent Orange? Oh, Agent Orange. I think he's taken a bit too much tanning on. Could start a Nanny Di talks as well as Teddy talks. Yeah, no, I am only kidding. Nicola Harker. Of course you can have a shout out. Shout out Nicola Harker. Is Maddie signed, Mark? Is Maddie signed? Is Maddie signed? Is anyone signed? No, she's at the origin stage of her career. So fingers crossed she will be signed. How is Chi-Chi? Chi-Chi's going back to the vets in the next couple of days. And hopefully she'll be given the sign off. Courtney Richardson says this humidity sucks camel ass. I like that, camel ass. Thanks, Kerry. Sorry, I just had an absence there. It happens with these new bipolar drugs. Every now and then I just have an absence. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, look, guys. Bournemouth. Anyone in Bournemouth? Shout from the back of the room. Anyone in Bournemouth? Anyone from Bournemouth? Anyone been to Bournemouth? Anyone know Bournemouth? Anyone spell Bournemouth? Come on, write. I want you all to write Bournemouth. First one to write Bournemouth correctly, we'll send a card to. How's about that? It's the only time we're ever going to do it off the members area. There you go. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it's happened. Claire James. There you go. Claire James. Send your address to Michelle down below. You get a card. That's it, though. No more. That's it. No more. No more. Well done. I mean, you know, you'd be forgiven for dropping the E in Bournemouth. Bournemouth. I know Bournemouth very well because my nan used to live in Muddyford, which was next to Christchurch, which was next to Boscombe, which was next to Bournemouth. And in the Boscombe Sea, do you want to hear this story? Do you want to hear the story of what happened in Bournemouth? Did someone just say Bournemouth? I tell you something I was really shocked by about Bournemouth is the nighttime violence. I mean, the amount of stories when I used to be down there, my granddad used to get the Evening Echo. Do you remember that? I mean, that's probably going even further back. But on the local news, there was a lot of argy-bargy on a Friday and a Saturday night. Jacqueline Frost, Nadia loves you too. So yeah, okay, Bournemouth. Should we talk about Bournemouth? Do you want to talk about Bournemouth? It's your show, guys. It's not my show. It's your show. It's my show, your show. Whose show is it? It's our show. Mark, has Izzy, Fleur and Maddie had their jabs yet? They've had their first. Stayed in caravan at Christchurch. I think my mum first visited in 1975-76. Ali C. Bournemouth. Bournemouth Beach evacuated. And this is what I like about this story. Bournemouth Beach evacuated. How to say shark without saying shark. And if you've watched the film Jaws, the last thing you say on a beach is shark. Geraldine McCown, I hope we got there in time. The last thing to shout on a beach is shark. So instead, next time you see a shark in the sea, say, oh my Christ, there's a large marine animal. Well done, Dawn Decker. And also you've got 2 D's in your name. Look at that large marine animal. So yeah, I don't know if there's a photo of what they saw, but put it this way. A beach in Bournemouth was evacuated after reports of a large marine animal. Let's think of other names. That's a good one. What's that one? Kate finds a pen. Massive man-eating fish. I like that. Grey blubber machine. Grey blubber swimming machine. Large marine animal. Faith Goodman. It does sound more scary. It's like, frickin' hell, is that worse than a shark? Scary fish. What else could you call it? Rubbery skin round set of sharp gnashers. Big tiddler. A thingamajig. That's a good one, Nicola Higgins. Meg. The Meg. Dorsal carnivorous fish. Somewhere there. Very, very good. Jacqueline Frost. Maddie thinks you're lovely too. Thank you for the lovely messages. We were swimming to Florida. Who's this? Dawny Harvey. When someone pointed to the sign, sharks under 6 foot must be put back. I've said it many times. Me and Richard Blackwood, bizarre, you know, he was in EastEnders. I think he might be in Hollyoaks now. We caught a shark together. He was so sick on the boat, it was funny. He had to be sick over the edge whilst I grappled with a shark. And a shark is pure muscle. So you could call it grain muscle tooth machine. But anyway, yes, so there was a shark. The RNLI said there was no formal identification of the animal seen at Boscombe Beach. I know Boscombe Beach so well. But some witnesses on social media claimed it could have been a shark. Could have been a shark. Beach visitor Steve Lutwich said on Twitter, this is not a drill. I'm on the beach at Boscombe where the RNLI have had to red flag the beach due to reported sightings of a shark. Wow, beachgoers were asked to evacuate the water as a precautionary measure. That badger. Could have been a badger. Could have been a badger with a wetsuit on. That's a very good point, Anne Murray. Very valid. Yeah, a badger with a wetsuit on. That's what I think it could be. Apparently, there are more than 40 species of shark living in our coastal, seas, coastlines. Did you know that? I just thought I'd chuck that in there for nothing. So yeah, so careful. There are sharks in Bournemouth. And there are enormous, large marine animals in Boscombe. What would you have done? How would you have all dealt with? What would you do if you was just sort of like this, just swimming idly, and a shark came up to you, what would be your first reaction? Tell me now, come on. What would you do? Would you have the foresight to punch it in the face like Australian surfers do? I think I'd get it in a neck hold, and I'd try and flip it back. And then when I'd flipped it back, I'd tickle its stomach. What would you do? Scream, Hannah? Nicola Higgins, not get eaten. That's a really good strategy, very simple. Punch it in the face, Susie Taylor. Tim Reed, stay still, clever man. Clever man. Clodagh Egan, probably scream, shark! And he'd go, hello. Poke it, poke it in the eyes. Dawny Harvey, you're right, the weaver fish down in Dorset, they get you. My uncle once stood on one, stood on it, and it was terrible. Serenity Angel, pray. Not a bad idea. And whilst you're praying, he might take your head off. Sing Baby Shark. Paul M2112, die a hideous death. Geraldine McCown, say, oh shite, I presume. Joanne Littlewood, push my husband forward. I'd chuck it a dime bar. If I had one in my trunks. Kerry J. Williams, jump in a bin. There's always a bin out in the sea, isn't there? Ruth Blandford, cry. Oh, wow, Nicola Higgins. Lots of dolphins on the Northern Irish coast at the minute. How lovely. Oh, God, I love dolphins. You know, they're the only, this curious detail. Any children, cover their ears. Shouldn't be watching this because it's actually not for children. But apparently dolphins are one of the few animals that have sex for enjoyment. Did you know that? Lee, did you know that dolphins have sex for enjoyment? Seems weird that you entered this conversation as I said that. Lee. I'm not saying you're a dolphin or anything, but I bet you've had a dolphin night, haven't you? Vicky X, I pushed my friend in front. Lee, what would you do if you were faced with a shark, not in a club or in a pub or in a wine bar, but in the sea? Would you punch it? Would you get it in a headlock? Would you tickle its stomach? Would you pray? Or would you push a friend you didn't like forward? Oh, Lee, you didn't know that, actually. Dolphins and humans are the only ones. Makes me sick thinking dolphins are probably getting more sex than me. Oh, you... I've hugged a dolphin. Yeah, I mean, I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it at all. But I've hugged a dolphin. They're very rubbery. He whispered in my ear. I can't remember what he whispered. Something. But there you go. Mandy Dennis, raining now. It's raining on my heart. So anyway, so yeah, sharks off the coast of Bournemouth, Lee. That's why we're talking about that. I was just saying, what would you do? Apparently, they, rather than saying there was a shark, though, Lee, they said there's a large marine animal. And we were looking into the different types and ways we would describe a massive man-eating machine in a wetsuit. So that's what's happening. So be careful out there, guys. Be careful if you're in Boscombe. Maybe just go along Boscombe Pier. Maybe just play on the Shove Halfpenny and don't put your foot in the water. This is a weird story, and I just thought I'd pull this one up because I just thought, my God, this man must be absolutely exhausted. There's a polygamous dad of 94 children. Is that greedy or what? An Aussie family of 16 hopes to get even bigger. Meet the man who has 39 wives. 39 wives, I kid you not. I mean, that's more than one a month. One for every day of the month. 33 grandkids. How have they got to 94? I'm still trying to work out the arithmetic here. Polygamous dad of 94 kids. Ziona Channa, formerly the head of the world's largest family, passed away aged 76 in June, leaving behind a clan of 181 members. So this person, the Radfords have an almost unimaginable 22 children, and I suppose then they have lots of grandchildren too, do they? That's a bit of a misleading headline from the Mirror there. Polygamous dad of 94 kids and mum who cooks 56 sausages for dinner. She cooks 56 sausages for dinner. Imagine asking every single child what they want. The Radfords are the UK's biggest family, though there are bigger elsewhere in the world. And it's an Aussie family of 16, I believe. It's a very confusing story. But I was just thinking, imagine, what do you consider too many kids? I mean, you often hear, don't you, of people coming from... Okay, well, tell us how many siblings do you... Who comes from the largest number of children? Who has the largest number of siblings? Are you one of 8, one of 13, one of 2? Just put the number that you're one of. Wow, Debbie, you're a single mum of 7. How the hell do you cope? Wow. Clodagh Egan, 5. Sean Thomas, 94 is a bit much. Let's have a look here. Joanne Littlewood, you've got 5. 1 of 8, Sharon Fuller. My dad is 1 of 10. Miss Serendipity UK, 1 of 7. Lots of twins there, that's lovely. My dad was the youngest of 12, Paula Wares. Wowzers gazouzers. I have 12. Sharon Elston, do you have 12 kids? Good God. Please tell me, how do you have a minute to think? Do you have a minute to think? For yourself, I mean, obviously you have a minute to think because you haven't to think for your 12 kids. Sorry, I just got so excited, I dribbled. Hannah99916, my grandpa is 1 of 13. What? Say Adage my dad is 1 of 20. See, Teddy, Nadia's dad, I think, was 1 of, I think, 12 or 13, and sadly he lost a lot of them when he was growing up. You know, he lost a lot of siblings. Hazel Malbon, my hubby is 1 of 10. This is great. I was 1 of 1. Trish McGrath, my dad is 1 of 11. Wow. So it's clearly, what I'm seeing from this, though, it's like a couple of generations back or a generation back, there were much larger numbers. Who's just said 20? Mark Oakerby, 20? Are you 1 of 20? I knew an Aussie family that came to England every summer, says Emma, to drop off a kid. They had 20 girls and 1 boy, and one by one, they all ended up in the UK. God, that must have taken them ages. Yeah, 21 years if they did it every summer. Good God. Trish McCarthy, my dad is the youngest of 13. Sadly, 1 less than half of his siblings still like. Oh, wow. Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Sarah Fox. What's that? Oh. Follow the Radfords on here. Have to say so polite, caring. Oh, have to say so polite, caring and loving towards their siblings. Also, Radford's friends with the Oz family regularly visit them. Imagine the family days out with them all. I mean, yeah, no, there's no judgment there at all. But my God, at what point do you go, oh, I wonder whether, yeah, birth control was different in the past. I wonder whether, you know, we can cope with another one. Wow. Oh, here we go. 7 kids. Is that Debbie Foreman? 7 kids are hard work, especially when you do it on your own. I never get a break. However, I think it's easier now. I haven't got my pain in the ass X. I suppose it's the hope that kills, isn't it, with a partner who just doesn't help or pull their finger out. You know, that'd be the idea, wouldn't it? It'd be like, oh, come on. Guys, hit the like button. I always say thumbs up icon, which is wrong. Hit the like button if you're enjoying our completely stupid, irrelevant, but rather stimulatingly and fun chit-chat at 6:30, nearly 7 o'clock on a Thursday night. You deserve a medal, Debbie. You really do. Well done. The very fact that you can type now is remarkable, that you've carved that space to do that. Kerry J. Williams, I'm all right. I'm all right. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Right. What's the here, let's have a look here. So, what's Donald Trump been up to? Donald Trump's been up to insulting the American soccer team by saying, if you're woke, you don't win. If our soccer team, headed by a radical group of leftist maniacs, wasn't woke, they would have won the gold medal instead of the bronze, says Trump. Which, as The Guardian points out, it's a hard thing to back up, given that Canada, whose team have spent much of last week showing support for non-binary and trans midfielder Quinn, are in the gold medal match. So it's not really strict that if you're woke or left-wing, you can't win gold. I'm sure Tom Daley's pretty woke, but he won gold. So yeah, that it's just, you know, I don't know. What does he say? He says, woke means, this is what, the thing is, if they made a Trump doll where you press the button, I used to have one for George W. Bush where they just said stupid shit. I'd get one, just to be reminded how stupid we can get. But he says, woke means you lose. Jenny J's been sniffing detergent. Woke means you lose. Everything that's woke goes bad, and our soccer team certainly has. Dawn Williams, hit the like button straight after, baby. We're good, Mrs. PD. We hope you're well. Don't worry, you were late. We talked a load of old shit, really. I mean, we've talked a load of old shit, haven't we, guys? But it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. Haven't you enjoyed it? I've enjoyed it. So that's what Trump's got up to. It's interesting because it's the only thing we've heard him say for a while. And he thought he'd take a crack at the women's soccer team for winning bronze. Curious target. John White. So Strictly. Tell me if you're a Strictly Come Dancing fan. I have to say I struggle with this show. I did do when I was a kid. Was it just called Come Dancing when I was a kid? In the 70s, my nan used to watch it. Was it just called Come Dancing? Snigger. Come Dancing. Snigger. Is it called Come Dancing? I don't know. Hit the like button, guys. I'm just going to keep saying it until it drives you all batshit crazy, or certainly hit it afterwards. Strictly Come Dancing, you'll like it. I tell you what, I love dance. I'm a big fan of dance. It's the inane grins. It's the stupid... I mean, I think synchronized swimmers are astonishing, but I can't take them seriously when they have the thing on their nose and they do the grinning. And that's the same. Strictly scares me. Lewis M. That's a really good point that you made. Now, when I was a boy and I used to watch... Can I just say, was it called Come Dancing? Yes, Come Dancing. Thanks, Jan. That's what got me. They were petrifying. They'd come on. They'd be like... And I'd be like, who the hell are these people? And my nan used to take us to the Blackpool... What's the name of the ballroom underneath the Blackpool Tower? She took me there. I watched people dancing there. I saw the real thing. I've been there. I've had my face up against the sort of sequins and, is it taffeta, whatever that stuff is. You could feel the static coming off the leotards. Blackpool Ballroom. And my God, it's the faces. They reminded me of the child catcher in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Really sort of weird. So, yeah, Steph Schultz, you know what? Bill Bailey, I had no time for it. And then I got a little bit hooked in because I was like, God, this is remarkable. It's remarkable. So I'm taking... Well, big news is John Waite, who I believe won Bake Off, didn't he? I think Nadia knows him. John Waite is the 4th Strictly Come Dancing contestant, and he forms the first all-male couple. And that's quite something, isn't it? I mean, he's going to be a moment, he's going to be a footnote in the Strictly Come Dancing history. I don't know how thick that book will be, but he will be a footnote. Well, more than a footnote, because it's major. It's a major deal. Does anyone ever remember that film Strictly Ballroom? That was good. Didn't it star... what's the name of that Australian actress who was in Hereditary? Oh, what's her name? She's a great actress, and she was in that awful BBC Two series where they kept having sex with everyone. Does anyone know her name? What's her name? Strictly Ballroom. Come on, somebody must know. What's her name? Baz Luhrmann directed it. You're absolutely right. Masked Kid Gaming. Yeah, I hate it when kids dance. Toni Collette. That's it. Wu-Tang Generator. Was it Toni Collette in that? It was, wasn't it? Toni Collette. I think that was one of her first films. I love that film. I like Baz Luhrmann. I quite like Baz Luhrmann does I don't know if you're still here, Lee. I might have bored you rigid with my Dolphin chat. But do you like Baz Luhrmann? I like Baz. I love his Romeo and Juliet. I loved his Great Gatsby. And I loved his... What was the other one? Flipping hell, what's wrong with my brain? Oh, begins with M. Toni Collette. Yeah, no, it was good. So kitsch. But anyway, so... you do love him, yeah. No, he's great, isn't he? His sense of theatre is just fabulous. And you know, he's doing the new biopic of Elvis. Is shoot Moulin Rouge. That's it. That's a brilliant film as well. He's doing the biopic of Elvis, which I think will be fantastic. In his hands, I think it'll be really exciting. Yeah, you're right, Reese Roberts. There you go. But yeah, Strictly. Oh, row, as Boris Johnson says, Thatcher gave UK big early start in climate change by closing coal mines. That ain't going to go down well with northern communities, is it? Let's face it, that's not going to go down well with mining communities in the north or in Wales. Boris puts his finger in the blender yet again. Boris puts his foot in his mouth and chews the tongue. Is it called the tongue? The tongue of a shoe? My dad was a miner. We hated here. You were hated it. That's just literally just broken. I wasn't going to take us off. Yeah, so... I haven't seen the trailer for The Nest yet. No, I am looking forward to watching it. There's a few trailers I haven't done yet. Muriel's Wedding. Oh, that's right, someone somewhere. Tony was in Muriel's Wedding, not Strictly Ballroom. I'm getting my Toni Collette movies all mixed up. Anyway, so yeah, so I think it's major news that John Waite is the 4th contestant named, but he's also the first, all-male couple, part of the first all-male couple. I think that's brilliant news, and about bloody time, innit, really? About bloody time. So, I mean, yeah, we had Nicola Adams and Katya Jones. They were a first ever same-sex pairing, but this is the first male same-sex pairing, which is great. Sorry, what's this? The stories are coming through thick and fast, guys. This is like... Do you remember when they used to do the football results? Britney Spears wants her father, Jamie, immediately removed as her conservator for the sake of her emotional health and well-being and accuses him of selling off her assets. I don't see what's different about that headline to all the other headlines. We know that, don't we? That's a new story. Are they beginning to just publish the same story again and again and again? So is everyone... Who's going to be watching Strictly this year? Yes or no? Come on. Yes or no? Favourite line of Bill Bailey when stuck for words. What I'd like to do right now is grow my beard really long, plait it into my pubes and play it like a double bass. That is a line I'm going to nick. I've always said I wanted to plait my armpit hairs. Definite no. I must admit, as soon as I hear it come, my mum loves it. Nanny Di, I don't know if you're here ever anymore. Nanny Di, she's under a pile of books somewhere. She loves it, and I have to escape the room. I have to escape the room. I just find it all too achingly weird. Strictly's boring. I know, Janet Sharp. Look at my eyebrow hairs. Plait my eyebrow hairs. That'd be good, wouldn't it? I could plait just one eyebrow hair. I had an eyebrow hair growing out of my ear. That was a new one. Okay, look, final story. I thought we'd end with the Rolling Stones. A rolling stone gathers no moss. Rolling stones in glass houses break bones. 3 in the hand's worth 4 in the bush. And all other such sayings like that. Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts unlikely to play back. Now, the reason this struck me as an interesting story was, isn't it amazing that in a band where their cumulative aggregate age is somewhere in the region of probably, let's think about it, 350, 320? Maybe someone can quickly add up the ages of them all. Probably, I reckon, let's have a guess. I reckon if he's 80, 160, 300, I reckon it's 315. 315 is the aggregate age of the Rolling Stones. I'd be curious to know what it is. I'm looking at here, though, of Mick Jagger. I want whatever Mick Jagger's taking. Don't you? Charlie Watts has the best smile, he does. Mick Jagger has the most rubbery face. 320, says Timothy, 345. Yeah. So anyway, he's had a procedure, an unspecified medical procedure, and imagine at the age of 80 picking up the phone and saying, "Sorry guys, sorry, I'm gonna have to call my mate." And he's called his mate in, Steve Jordan, to replace him. At 80. I'm amazed he can pick up a drumstick. I mean, there's some shots of them where they look like they've even had their ties done for them, but get them on stage. I did a documentary years ago about the life of Keith Moon, and there's that moment where he's playing drums, and because he's caned it on drugs and drink the night before, he passes out, and then they put a shot of adrenaline into his leg, and he pings back up and he starts drumming. They're nutters, aren't they, drummers? Nutters. Think of Animal in the Muppets. Who's your favourite Rolling Stone? Oh, that's a good question. Hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button. Hit the like button when you come off this live if you can't hit the like button while you're watching it. Oh, Jenny Scarm, get me in Lycra. I might do it if I was in Lycra. Hannah 99916, Jagger, Nunn, Dorney, Mick Jagger. Didn't there used to be? It was the other guy that used to be in it, wasn't it? It was the weird one who. What was the name of the other guy who went out with that actress or the model? There was another one. What was it? I'm sure there was another one. What was his name? Bill Wyman, wasn't he one of them? Where's he gone? What happened to Bill Wyman? Anyway, I think it's damn impressive that the Rolling Stones are still going. I mean, I know they get a lot of kind of ribbing, and we all take the mickey, and you say things like, you know, he couldn't do up his own tie, but you get him on stage and he can smash the shit out of a set of drums. And I tell you what, Mick Jagger, the very fact that wiry, bendy body can get on stage and do that stuff. I mean, I genuinely, I mean, because I'm in awe of their physicality, or certainly Mick Jagger's, I do sometimes wonder whether there is going to come a point where he bounces around on stage in a bendy fashion and just breaks. Do you know what I mean? I tell you what I'd pay good money for. To see a dance-off between Mick Jagger and Paul McCartney. Who'd win? Who'd win in a dance-off between Paul McCartney and Mick Jagger? Oh, Mandy Dennis, you've thrown a complete cat amongst the pigeons by saying you like Rod Stewart. Mick, I think Mick would win. Okay, here's a big question. Are you a Beatles or a Stones fan? I think I'm a Stones fan. I find the Beatles a bit too, I don't know, Beatley. Mick Jagger, easy, Reese. Jagger, Chelsea girl. So say Stones or Beatles? Stones or Beatles? Oh, look, quite a few Beatles coming through. Lionel Messi leaves Barcelona after club says new contract cannot happen. You heard it here first. We didn't, actually. Sky News reported it. Then you heard it from us. Beatles, Beatles, Beatles. Queen, Kerry. Yeah, I think Queen, I feel Freddie Mercury could have been the umpire in a dance-off between Mick Jagger and Paul McCartney. I'd love to see that. And then Roger Daltrey rocks up and, I don't know, messes up with it, cheats or something, does something naughty. The Who, Tim Reed. They're good, aren't they, The Who? Freddie Mercury. Oh, I walked past somewhere the other day and I heard I Want to Be Adored by the Stone Roses. I love the Stone Roses. Whatever happened to them? They only did like one album. I got it and it was so good. Fool's Gold, Stone Roses, love all that shit. And so mad for it, totally mad for it. It's amazing. Yeah, oh, my name's Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger for dancing. The Jam, the Stones. Anyway, guys, there you go. That was nice, wasn't it? Nads is probably snoring away upstairs. We've had a little bit of time together talking about sharks and dolphins having sex, and Mick Jagger dancing a rubbery dance fight with Paul McCartney, and Donald Trump talking about lefty woke people and soccer. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thought it? We did it. You did it. I did it. We all did it together. A collective chit-chat of total nonsense. Thank you. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't. Go to the pub if you're a drinker. Don't if, like me, you're not. Stay safe, everyone, and we love you. We really do love you. We love everyone.